it's crazy for us to be getting stuff with the generals now here so close to the end. There's certainly not going to be enough time to pay this off. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we're back with another episode of The Visions of Escaflowne. Escaflowne. In the back of my head, I'm still constantly thinking that the proper way to pronounce it is Escaflowne, even though we have covered plenty of times that they say Escaflowne in the show. So, Escaflowne. We, of course, come back with comments. We have notes. But the first thing, of course, we go to is the board. And with the board comes the board changelog, where I have connected Narya to Hitomi with a white line, and I marked Narya and Arya as dead. Fulkin's tears kind of makes me feel like that's what happened, so I'm going with that for now. If it turns out that they happen to also just be in Fulkin's Gaimal elf, or I guess technically one of the girls' Gaimal elves that Fulkin takes, I will return them to life on the board. You know, unless it's one of those episodes where they prove to actually still be alive and then die in the same episode, in which case I will change nothing. Otherwise, though, into the notes. Today's card, Il Papa, the Pope. I suppose the problem with the luck intensifier being an object in the world is that it then becomes susceptible to bad luck itself. If it breaks down, the good luck it gives stops. We've been told time and again that Hitomi and Vaughn's relationship to one another causes the prognostication engine to cease working. Well, looks like the effect extends to all of the machines in the Zybok Empire that work off of the prognostication engine, vis-a-vis the luck intensifier itself. I have to think that the care with which Fulkin shows the two cat girls enough to stand up against Dornkirk in regards to not sacrificing them, then must show the confidence he had in Zybok's technology. That he did this to them because of his faith that it would work, as he clearly wouldn't put them into danger they now seem to be in on purpose. At least, so it seems to me. Well, go figure that humans are assholes to beastmen. Makes it that much more surprising that the beastmen at the start of the episode, the start of the season is clearly what I meant to write here, were friendly to Fenelia. Then again, there were beastmen traitors in Astoria. I guess wherever our cat girls are from are the worst of all of the humans. Hitomi really is just another version of the new type idea that truly understanding each other, or rather each other's motivations, would end the conflict. I mean, I disagree with that idea, but it does seem to be prevalent in anime. I'm sure eventually we'll get to the Gundam conceit of why that wouldn't work as well. One of my favorite sci-fi novels, Eon, also covers the idea about how an enlightened post-war society can agree on something needing to be done, and disagree on how it needs to be done, thus still creating conflict in people that agree with one another. Which I'm indicating to you would be the antithesis of the new type idea. Even on a rewatch, I have a hard time telling if the cat girls are aging or being emaciated or desiccated. Like I mentioned in the reaction, I'm just indicating that even staring at it, trying to figure it out, could not figure it out. And my final note here. So I'm guessing the Escaflowne interacted with the Energist at the heart of the fortress, which is what set it off. Kind of like what happened back at the mining site earlier in the season. So that's just, I guess, a threat to everything that runs on Energist now that the Escaflowne can do. Well, that said, let's go ahead and hop on into it.
But before we get started,
Make sure that you hit the like button.
hit that subscribe button.
Comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
Uncensored.
And uncut.
as well as some early access stuff,
You can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I will say it does certainly feel like we're rushing into the end game. I think I commented on this at the end of last episode, where it really feels like whatever Falcon is going to get up to, we're going to deal with like 1 or 2 episodes of that, and either deal with Falcon or instead we're going to actually deal with Dornkirk first, and then Falcon as the actual final boss. But I also do anticipate that we're going to see Delandu at least one more time, because I just feel like he has been experimented on ever since we saw him last. Because it does feel like there's a possibility there for a Delandu emotional redemption, but at the same time a kind of Garrick emotional redemption. In the act of you've been a bad guy since before we knew you, and then when we knew you a little bit sometimes too, that you can't actually be redeemed, but at the same point are going to act on the behalf of the good guys. Could be a possibility. No reason to get into a deeper conversation there until it actually happens, if it does happen. Otherwise, I anticipate he's going to be messed with by the sorcerers of Zybok into becoming a more fearsome opponent to then just be destroyed. Why is he wearing clothes that make him look like he's from Earth? I mean, it's clearly where he lost to the dragon. Assumedly, I guess the dragon that Vaughn beat. Okay, they are dead. Okay, and he went home too. Il Sol, the sun. Oh yeah, Astoria. Sorry.
当然だ。ザイバッハの狙いは瞳という少女一人だ。その少女を引き渡せば、これ以上我が国に手出しはせんだろう。だが、帝国の浮遊要塞を撃沈してしまった。
They have a ton of them.
報復が来る前に災いの種は排除した方がいい。瞳を渡せば、ガイア界が滅びるかもしれないのです。アトランティスの力など、迷信に過ぎる。
I mean, to be fair, I guess Tommy never told anybody about her vision of the moon being destroyed.
何か思い違いをしとれやせんか。瞳をザイバッハに渡しても民は納得せんよ。連中の理不尽な攻撃で家や家族を失ったアストリアの民はな。アストン王の代行としてこのドライデンが命じる。アストリアは近隣諸国との
Wow, did the former king get killed in that last attack? I must have missed that.
経済制裁を行う。
臆病者のフォルケン。フォルケンは竜大地から逃げ出した。国を捨てて逃げ出した臆病者。
Didn't we talk about the act that he lost his arm? Is that not part of the rumors? Why is there grass in this room?
少しは前進したと思いたいが。
You better turn your ass around.
兵糧攻めなど聞く相手か。フォルケンはまた逃げた。すべてあいつのせいなんだ。だから俺はあいつを殺す。
何言ってるの？
殺された民の仇を討つ。ファーネリアの王として。
ダメだよ、兄弟でしょ。そんな風に考えないで。
You didn't tell him anything about the visions you saw about Falcon's past?
死ぬだの殺すだの当たり前のことみたいに。
自分の思いを信じるのはいいが、そのうち私は君を鳥かごに閉じ込めなくてはならなくなる。
What the fuck are you telling me?
言わないでください。
フォルケン様に尽くせれば、それで私は幸せなのだ。
ナリア、最後まで信じてたフォルケンさんのこと。
貴様がいては足手まといになる。急げ、エリア。
I mean, ultimately, nothing would have happened if you had taken her with you, considering that
バーンの姉
everything got destroyed right after. You could do a reading on Falcon. It tends to give you their backstory.
狼。あ、誰かが呼んでる。
Is it gonna be the Beastman from the episode 1? Episode 2, sorry, who talked about the portal between Earth and here before?
俺を呼んだのはお前か。
族長ルムからの伝言だ。ファーネリアでフォルケンが待っている。
何？
もうダメだな、フォルケン様。国を捨てて逃げ出したって噂だぜ。
王位継承の竜退治、あの若さじゃ無理だと思ったんだ。
お前たち、有言飛を
Who was running the country before?
フォルケン様は必ず戻
I
って
mean, it was Vaughn's dad and the mom, right? So, like, if you had 3 kids, would one of them kill the dragon, and then the next one kill the dragon, would the second kid become king before the first one did?
なんだ、お前か。エスカフローネが消えた。
たく、この大事な時に何を考えてやがる。
バーン様、どこ？あれ、瞳を見なかった？城には見当たらないし、あの子の部屋、きれいに片付いてるの。
Cleaned up, but she didn't take her stuff with her.
一緒だな。
まさかあいつ、バーン様のことをたぶらかしたんじゃ。
ゆうべ見ましたよ。ひとみさんとバーンさんが、あら、
あ、この野郎！
一緒にいるのを見ましたよ。
馬車の下に潜り込んでやがったな。
ちょっと、
Well,
本当に
yeah,
二人を
because
見
she's
たって
been
言うの？
taking her stuff the whole time, so he's with her.
私もご一緒させてください。
Also been forever since we saw that owl.
鳥かご。
ついてきてどうする気だ？
大丈夫。罠なんかじゃないよ。
何が？
Oh, is this gonna be the tower fight that we saw in episode 1?
フォルケンさんって友達を巻き込んでまで嘘つく人？きっと会えばわかるはずでしょ。
耳元で叫ぶな。
I have to, the wind is pretty loud.
ごめん。
約束は守ってやる。お前はちゃんと連れ帰る。幻の月だろうが、アレンのところだろうが、必ず俺が連れ返してやる。
Well, thanks, I guess. I wasn't aware it was negotiable.
竜と幻の月の少女の会がスタックしています。
運命密度の異常は認められません。
先のホルケンの作戦が効いておるのだ。心配はいらん。新しき未来はすぐそこまで来ておる。
You think the sorcerers are planning to supplant
フォルケンは行方
Dornkirk?
コサグニもアストリアは同盟諸国と共に反旗を翻そうとしている。だが我らが皇帝陛下は一向に動く気配がない。
同盟国など所詮烏合の衆。ドルンカーク様が動かぬのも 我ら四将軍の力を信じてのことであろう。
Promote this guy. Demote the other three. It's crazy for us to be getting stuff with the generals now here so close to the end. There's certainly not going to be enough time to pay this off. Hypno Slug. No. Gonna eat a fucking slug off the ground?
どうした？顔色が悪い。一体ザイバッハはどうなっておるのだ？
Yeah, I mean, when your kids are so fucking dumb, they're gonna eat slugs off the ground. To the point that the dog has to tell you not to. I feel like maybe there's some sort of regression going on. Although I feel like the general's point is more so like, what have we become? We become so strong that we become monsters. Hey, that's the guy I was talking about. The guy from the caravan at the episode 2. Just makes me laugh a little bit. Hobbs Hotel earlier, we got somebody whistling. Apothecary Diaries earlier, we got a caravan. Every show overlaps a theme.
さすが不確定要素。楽しませてくれる。
娘さん、やっぱりまだバーンと一緒が。え？心配だろうが、ここはこの二人に任してやんな。俺も関わんねえ。まあ、フォルケン。
I'm wondering if the next time on that I saw where his arm gets cut off was just the element of the backstory part we saw the dragon bite his arm off. Also, you literally lay traps for me all over the place. Also, you think it's weird that we celebrate these places like protected by dragons, but then we kill the dragons? Is it that he made a deal with the dragons?
ボルケンは最初からそういうつもりだったんだ。
そんな。
たった数ヶ月で治療がここまで出てくるとは。こっちだ。
Why wouldn't they be? Nothing else to stop them, right?
剣を捨てろバーン。戦いの心を捨てるのだ。そうすれば竜は去る。
ふざけるな。そんな卵と信じられるか。
I mean, it is technically still a trap, right? It's a trap to make Vaughn stop being so pissed at him.
そう。私は王位継承のための竜退治に失敗した。
I did a pretty damn good job, it looks like. Yeah, you showed remorse.
私は死を覚悟した。しかし
I mean, if you can stop the bleeding, maybe.
この体ではも
う竜に守られし国の高貴なるものよ。
誰だ？
我が名はドルンカーク。アトランティスの力にて運命を操らんとする者。
アトランティスの力？
お前が命を取り留めたのも、お前の中に流れる。
I was gonna ask how they got him, but I also remember that their tech is filled with, like, cloaking technology and stealth and all that.
ここは？はっ。以来私はドルンカークのもと科学の教えを受けザイバッハ帝国の魔導士となった理想の未来のために
They use a sorcerer in the same way that spellbinders in the Spellbinder universe call that stuff. I mean, she doesn't have to if she doesn't have any rage in her heart. Though she might. You don't know. I mean, it also feels like, you know, don't be, like, angry at me for doing this to you. Because then you both be screwed. I don't think silence is protecting you right now. It's looking right at you.
Listen.
私に貸してもらいたいのだ。
同じなんだ、ナリアと。そうでしょ？勝手に体作り変えられて。
You think he's become disillusioned with Dornkirk, and he wants the two to help take out Dornkirk? I mean, also not for nothing. Vaughn is technically a dragon slayer. He slayed a dragon. Assumably he could possibly do it again.
このガイアに平和を呼ばねばならぬのだ。
フォルケンさん。
ドルンカークの理論は間違っていない。運命の法則を理解し、世界を思いのままに変えてみせる。かつてアトランティス人がそうしたように。
I mean, to be fair, they did create Gaia.
そんなことじゃないんじゃないですか、フォルケンさん。思いは届くんでしょう、ナリア。
Oh, that's right. Never mind. To take his wings out. I was saying, I don't think it was required to take your shirt off. He had white wings the first time we saw him, didn't he? Ironically, Draconians have nothing to do with dragons.
恐怖が竜を引き寄せている。水の一滴が波紋を描くように、怒りと恐怖のあるところ、争いは起こる。私は人の定めを変えてみせる。怒りも恐怖もない新世界を作り上げるために。
争いのない世界。
Are we looking at like a picture we've seen before? Oh, never mind. Here it is.
英雄は暴れ回っていた竜を退治してファーネリアの国を治める王様になりました。
どうして竜を殺しちゃうの兄上。かわいそうだよ。
そうだねパン。竜を殺すなんてかわいそうだね。
And also the element again: dragons protect the kingdom. So why is your right for becoming king killing a dragon?
戦うことを運命づけられたファーネリア王の重みを取り去ってやりたかった。そして共に新世界を見ることが私の願いだった。しかし人の命を顧みないドルンカークの我々の方法は間違っていた。まあ、私と共にドルンカーク。
So I said, so they can help him defeat Cornkirk, so that then he can take over and be the final boss, essentially.
兄弟の再会だけど、フォルケンさんの羽はいつの間にか闇のように黒く染まっていた。
Sephiroth had come out that year, and we thought it'd be great marketing. It was a really good episode. It was a really good episode for character involvement. Like I said, it seemed to me that Vulcan would become disillusioned with Dornkirk after everything that had happened last episode. I guess specifically, I leaned more into the element of what it cost Vulcan in the long run. But I guess it was more so that Vulcan then realized what Dornkirk was willing to do after it actually personally cost him. And I guess that's the element that we're seeing with the generals, or at least that one general. Although it's very hard to read into that based on what we were seeing, because what the fuck was happening there? It was like, person runs up, picks up a slug off the ground, and just like, ah, and then somebody stops them. And then the dude's like, what has gone wrong with Zybok? And it's like, yeah, that is a natural response to what the hell you're seeing. Or more so, like, what's wrong with kids today? It's essentially what he's saying.
Escaflowne 君に聞いてもらいたいことがある。
Oh, that's the fight.
私を愛してくれるだろうか。
I was saying at the beginning of the episode we would see Delandu again eventually, and it does not look like he's turning into the I'm changing sides bad guy to good guy. It looks like he is just as fucking crazy as before. So, I guess leaning more into they kept messing with him than he had time to think about everything that's happened so far. Like I said, the problem with Delandu is he becomes irredeemably tainted by the things that he's done. Gul Dukat, sorry, that was the character in DS9 that I was trying to reference before. Gul Dukat, if Gul Dukat ever tried to change to actually be a good guy, and not like swayed by the power wraith or whatever actually happens to him, it would be impossible. He is guilty of too many war crimes to be able to come back. And the argument that I think we've had during Mushoku Tensei was, is redemption possible? And that is a longer conversation. I would actually just recommend going back and rewatching our reaction and then my solo reaction to Mushoku Tensei. I think the conversation about is redemption possible is specifically in my when I take over the reaction as a solo thing. Because I will tell you this, I probably could not give you a better synopsis to my thoughts on it than I did back then. So, might as well just direct you to back then. When it comes to what's going on here, obviously, I think the utilitarian thing to do, or I should say the pragmatic thing to do, is to go with Falcon. One thing that's a source of information, resources, access to Dornkirk. You could take out Dornkirk, and then, if you still feel the need, take out Falcon. And then after that, you can figure out what to do with the rest of Zybok, right? The element that there's at least one general out of the 4 that agrees that what they're doing might not be best for Zybok or the planet, as a whole. So there's elements here that you could play out or let themselves play out to your benefit without even costing that much in the way of lives in this war, right? Because conceivably it's all going to be Zybok fighting itself if you let what's happening happen. That said, though, I mean, there's nothing really else to talk about here. Because we're just covering Falcon's backstory. The element of killing dragons is mean. I mean, I have no arguments against anything that happened here. Normally I come back with, well, this thing was dumb. I don't understand how this happened. Or if they had done this instead of that. No. I mean, this played out exactly as I think it should have. It goes away to say that the Beastman was siding with Falcon, or at least helping Falcon not be initially attacked by Vaughn by confusing things with his presence. And then suggesting to Hitomi, let them be. They'll figure this out. So overall, a good episode. No notes now. We'll probably have notes later. So I think that's it for this episode. Once again, I've been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?